Today's video is brought to you by OneFootball. Thank you very much to them for sponsoring this video, and make sure that you go over in the top link of the description and download their app. It is fantastic, people. I didn't know there were so many countries, so many leagues for you to go and view information from. Latest news, latest transfers. You can also see all the latest updates and live scores when your team is playing. Yes, you can choose your preferred team. So for my team, it's Liverpool. You can see all the latest information on them. But not only that, people, it doesn't only go that far. You can go and see anything to do with teams in the Premier League, anything to do with teams in the Champions League, Europa League, any team across Europe, any team across the world. You can go and have a look and see how they're doing in their leagues and any news based on what their team is going through. Make sure that you download the OneFootball app, people. It is fantastic. And obviously, I want to thank them once more for supporting this channel. Make sure you go and support them because they support us massively. One massive big shout out to OneFootball again. And yeah, top link in the description, people. Thank you very much. Manchester United, the top of the league. Right, what's going on there, everyone? Welcome back to Redmond TV and welcome to another Premier League video. Yous have been smashing the likes on these videos recently, so do the same on this one and also subscribe if you haven't already. Another thing before we get into today's games, which actually two decent games, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we're probably going to delve into the Manchester United one first because that has quite a bit of significance. But that being said, the Man City game and Aston Villa game was fire, man, so I'm looking forward to talking about these ones. Of course, as always, get your thoughts in the comments down below about what you thought about the games, because it was a decent day of football, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought the better game was the Man City one, but we'll talk about the United game against Fulham first, of course. United go away from home, and you know, typically Manchester United are very good away from home. Even a draw, you know, at Anfield, even though we were there for the taking, it's still a good result to get a point there and to get 3 points away from Fulham. It's just what they needed to do. And do you know the difference between Man United and Liverpool right now? Because I'm still a Liverpool fan, so I'm still going to keep making comparisons, because at the end of the day, Liverpool fans, they're first and we're fourth, and it's one of them things, like the thing they're doing and we're not, is they're winning the games they should be. They might be dropping points against us. They might be losing against Man City in the semi-finals and whatnot. They might be losing in the Champions League. But in the Premier League, they're winning the games that they should be winning. And I hate to praise Man United, and I still do not think they can maintain a title race. That being said, they have got actually more of a chance, it seems, to maintain a title race than what Liverpool do, because they've gotten players who can get them out of moments. I mean, I've got to talk about Paul Pogba. I mean, to break the game down real quick, obviously the game started off quite explosive. Lookman got a goal, and you know what? One thing I know about Ademola Lookman, former Everton player, former Everton winger, then joined Leipzig, never really had the heights quite set. I actually think he's on loan at Fulham from Leipzig. He got a great goal today. Fulham had a fantastic start inside the first 20 minutes or so, and United had a chance or two. Bruno Fernandes hit the post in the first half. He created, well, he never really created nothing, Bruno Fernandes, and he hasn't for a few games now. Don't get me wrong, I still think he's United's most important player, just if you see the difference of what it's been from when he joined to what they are now. However, he has been missing recently, and they have had to rely on players like a Paul Pogba to pull them out of games. The first goal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was actually, in fact, that's it. Bruno Fernandes hit the post, and then Cavani came on the rebound. That was, I was thinking, I swear Bruno Fernandes had another shot as well, but I think that was it. And Cavani came in, rebound, good goal. You know what Cavani's going to do. He's just got a goal poacher for days. He's done it for PSG, and that's why he's a good signing for United and their squad depth. But that goal from Paul Pogba in the second half, and again, Fulham had a great start to the second half and gave United a challenge. They do really well against the big sides, so it doesn't surprise me that it was only a 2-1 game. It really doesn't. Fulham are a good team, man. They're well set out. Scott Parker has them well set out. Obviously, the points don't really show that, but the performances against the big teams, that's when you know your hair is long. I'm a bitch. Do you want me to tell you why? Because that's when you know your hair is long. Do you know when you start doing that thing? I need to get a trim. Oh, lad, I need to get a trim. Anyway, Yeah, the start of the second half, Fulham were good, and then Pogba just out of nowhere. On his weak sides as well, you've got to give the respect and put it on his name, because Paul Pogba, on his day, is one of the best midfielders in world football. Now, I have just got to call out Rance real quick, because he was chatting shit the second Paul Pogba got the goal to me and Henzo Nino. Bear in mind, Rance, Henzo Nino, on the occasions that him and Pogba had a one-on-one in the United game, Henzo won every single one. Pogba didn't skip past Henzo Nino or whatnot. So if you're talking about a one-on-one battle, in the most recent one, Hendo wins. That being said, Pogba's been in great form. I never dispute that. And I have always said on his day, Pogba is one of the best midfielders in world football. And talent-wise, is a better player than Henderson. I just put Henderson above because it's not just talent in my eyes. Let me know if you disagree. It's not just talent that quantifies a footballer, it's everything else. It's consistency, it's leadership. But that's a completely different argument that I'm not going to get into. I just thought I'd mention it because Rance the little dickhead, he mentions it in his stream. He's always calling me out, but he's my brother though. Make sure you go subscribe to him if you haven't already. I'm on the channel quite often. But, you know, to be fair, since I've started coming on this channel and we had that debate, Pogba's just seemed to go fantastic. And I'm more than happy to give players the respect that they absolutely deserve. And Pogba absolutely deserves that respect right now, and I don't want to blow smoke up his ass or whatnot, but it is what it is. People, like, you've got to give respect when it's due, and he deserves it. He's winning his team games. If you're going to give Bruno Fernandes credit for winning his team games by penalties, then you've got to give Pogba credit by winning his team games by scoring world-class freaking goals. Let's just get real now, people. I don't think for the past few seasons, obviously context is everything and he was injured last season, but I don't think for the past few seasons he's been the ultimate midfielder he's had the potential to be. Maybe it's due to the role that the manager's playing him in, even still the manager's playing deep in midfield. However, you know, you can only go off what you see, and Pogba hasn't been consistent over the past few seasons. That being said, he's proven it more recently, and if he can maintain this, mate, then he is going to be talked about in that conversation. Last thing before we move on, though, Rance said he's the best midfielder in world football. I can easily disagree with that, with everything in my heart, with no saltiness whatsoever. I can name 3 midfielders from the top of my head right now. Where's Thiago? Thiago's a bit, even though they're different, Thiago more recently has been at that standard. You know, you talk about talent, Thiago's got that talent, and he's been winning trophies. And he's still doing it in an average Liverpool team right now. Anyway, Kimmich as well, he's another player who's been better than Pogba and is better than Pogba right now. And then De Bruyne. De Bruyne's just got 100 assists in the Premier League. He's been better than Paul Pogba. There's 3, but I'm not being salty. I am trying to give him his credit. I'm just replying to Rance. That's the rivalry we've got, people. That's the rivalry that we have within this football YouTube, yeah? Anyway, though, that was a great result for Manchester United. It does get them back top the league. Oh, scratch my friggin' eyes out and just feed me bleach, because I can't handle this no more. It's bollocks. I'm sick of seeing Manchester ruling the Prem again, even if it is only for a few days. Yesterday was Leicester. Manchester City were top of the league an hour ago. They were about 9 teams have been top of the league this season. Get on that. There's only 20 teams. Great match, James, but you know what I mean. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Stupendous. Oh, I'm doing the thing again. It's actually getting ridiculous. It's getting to a point where it's stupid now. But if I had to say a few standouts for Fulham, actually, obviously Lookman, who got the goal, but I really like their midfielder, Anguissa. I think he looks really talented. I think he's got a lot to offer in that midfield. And every time I watch Fulham play, I even run the Spurs watch along with Expressions the other week. He was one of the men that was standing out within their team. Him, Loftus-Cheek, but mainly Anguissa. Seems like he's got a lot of quality. Former Marseille player, I believe. But if you're a Fulham fan, or if you watch Fulham, let me know. Is he consistent as well? Because Liverpool could have a little look at him, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's move into the City game, because this game was exciting. Manchester City, Aston Villa, 2-0 win for City in the end, but was 0-0 for the first, 80 minutes or so? Wait, when was the first goal from Bernardo Silva? Let me just double check that, because I don't want to get it twisted. It might have been the last 15 minutes. I've typed in the wrong thing. And something dead funny actually from the commentator. It was the 79th minute. Something dead funny from the commentator. When Bernardo Silva scored, the commentator went, Ilkay Gundogan! He literally said Ilkay Gundogan. As Bernardo Silva was running in celebration, the commentator then repeats, Ilkay Gundogan with a smash it, or something stupid like that. Not them words, but there and thereabouts. And it was Bernardo Silva. Like, I was just thinking to myself, that's funny, that, mate. You could just see he fucked up. He didn't even acknowledge his mistake. He just went with it and flowed. Rate it, my mate, rate it. But, no, great goal from Bernardo Silva. But that first 79 minutes was insane. So many moments where both teams could have got a goal. Even Aston Villa on the counter-attack were fantastic. Give some respect to Aston Villa, people. I've got to as a Liverpool fan. They've smarted us for the last 3 times we played them. Well, actually, even though we beat their under-18s 4-1, it still feels like they won. Do you know what I mean? Before that, they beat us 7-2. Before that, they beat our under-18s 5-0. So it's like one of them things where Aston Villa just have all the poker cards on us, man. At least on me, anyway. I can't say shit to use. That being, and plus, soon you'll probably be above us with the form that we're in. However, I've got to give respect to individual players within that team. The Aston Villa team, you've got to talk about Jack Grealish. He's just one of the best players in this league, and there's no doubt about it. He can play for any team in that top 6. He can probably play for any team in world football. He is that good. Jack Grealish is that good. No one tackles him. No one's getting the ball off him. He will just dance past you. He will make you look silly, and that is what Jack Grealish does on a daily basis. Why? Oh, because he's just that boss. Honestly, mate, I rate Jack Grealish so highly, and I didn't as much as I do now a few months ago. So I've reality checked, and I've realised how important he actually is, not only to Villa, but he would be to any team. Did you see Traore's touch as well? Oh, very saucy, yeah, and he came inside, but the finish weren't quite right. It was a great touch, mate. Even Dean Smith got a little touch and a red card as well. But I'm kind of jumping all over the place. The first goal came in the 79th minute from Bernardo Silva. Very good finish. But there was a few questions about whether it was offside or not, and I'm not going to lie, I had a question myself. Let me know what you think if you watch the game about the first goal. Rodri was miles offside when the ball was played. Now, the only reason why I'm confused, but yet I still think it's offside, is because Tyrone Mings touched the ball and Rodri came and ran and basically took it off him. So I don't know if that neutralises the offside, because it weren't like, the player, it came off a Man City player, or a Man City player passed it to Rodri. It was someone running in the midfield. It fell to Tyrone Mings. Straight away, Rodri's came past. Kind of like Thierry Henry years ago when he scored that goal against the goalkeeper. Can't remember who it was against. That being said, he ran in from behind, but this one was in play, so that's why the offside rule was there. And it never got called up. It never got brought back. It never got checked in VAR. Let me know if that's an offside or not, because I'm quite confused. From my knowledge, it should be. But I don't know, because Tyrone Mings touched it. It was neutralised. But also Tyrone Mings didn't know. But that's not Rodri's fault. So do you see my confusion? And yeah, you might need to have a little look in the comments down below. But it was 1-0, and then I think it was later on in the game. I actually missed the penalty that Gundogan got, but late on in the game, Gundogan got a penalty. I saw the highlights back. I watched the full game, but I missed the final 3 minutes or so. So I wanted to see the highlights back because I missed the last goal. And when the shot was, it was a header from Gabriel Jesus. He took the header, and it kind of just hit Matty Cassius, who had a great game, by the way, as well as Target. Aston Villa's fullbacks, great performances from them today. Very, very solid. However, Matty Cash kind of just got headed right into his hands, and I was thinking, is that really a penalty? Like, it's clearly his hand, but it's kind of like straight at it. His hands was covering his face. I don't know. The handball rule's confusing. Either way, it was given a penalty. It was 2-0. It didn't look like it was going to make a difference. City was still going to get the win. City was still going to get the clean sheet. City are going to go top of the league by their next fixture. I am absolutely certain of it. In fact, I want to know who they're playing in the next game, because West Brom, West Brom, great win against Wolves 3-2 and whatnot. That being said, you are not beating City. The best you're getting is a draw, but I don't even see that happen. Their defence is too good, so you're not going to score. Another clean sheet, another great defensive performance. Ruben Diaz with a great interception at one point in the second half, where if he didn't make that interception, it's through to Aston Villa's striker, and it's a tap-in. He is another level. Like, he's performing like to Van Dijk levels, so I'm kind of putting him there. Not yet, because obviously longevity and all that, but based on what I've seen, he's done what Van Dijk did when he joined Liverpool. So John Stones as well, you've got to talk about him. Everyone, man, in that City team are turning up right now. Goals is their weaker side of things, but at least they're still getting goals, and they've got that squad depth to be able to rotate. They've got Mahrez and just crazy players on the bench. You know, it's Oil FC, but it's working FC as well, you know. They keep winning trophies, and I wish Liverpool would not be Oil FC. I've never wanted Liverpool to turn into that, but just be aware when you need to buy players, and that's the difference between a United and a City and a Liverpool, clearly. You know, they'll go out and buy a player and we won't. But anyway, people, hopefully this weren't too depressing. I am talking about my rivals, do you know what I mean? And it's not good seeing them top of the league. However, hopefully Liverpool can just bounce back, man, and these can just start being terroring videos again, because I miss just making fun out of Manchester teams and Chelsea and everyone. But now I can't say nothing. But anyway, make sure you smash the like and make sure you subscribe. And I will see you all in a bit. Ta-da.